Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to Wireless Technology Forum tonight. Our topic is Smart Cities. I'm Caroline Dunn. I'm your current president, and I'm so excited to be here tonight. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to kick off the meeting and recognize our sponsors. We're going to have an announcement from GSMA about Mobility Live. Our top innovator tonight is Thing Tech. And then we're going to go into our panel discussion. But please don't leave early. You know why? Because we're doing a drawing at the end of this meeting. You must be present to win, and you must be a member to win. And the drawing is for 2 Mobility Live passes. So we're going to talk about Mobility Live, and then at the end of the meeting, we're drawing for 2 Mobility Live passes. All right? All right, so let me start by thanking our sponsors. Our association sponsors are AT&T. AT&T? Yeah. All right. Key. Stone Resource Group. And Stable Kernel. All right. Our meeting sponsor, we have a new meeting sponsor tonight, Dense Networks, the social think tank. And Baker Donaldson Cybersecurity Accelerator. Thank you, meeting sponsors. We're going to hear from our industry advocate partner in a few minutes, GSMA. And we also need to mention our community partners. Anybody here with the Technology Association of Georgia, Metro Atlanta Chamber, or Startup Grind? All right, thank you, community partners. Our next event is November 17th. This is our biggest event of the year because it is our annual analyst event. Predictions about mobile and wireless for 2017 and beyond. It will be right here on November 17th. Our moderator is Dr. Ben Kaczynski. Dr. Ben? And we have a market analyst, a financial analyst, and a mobility consultant speaking, Accenture specifically. So we're very excited. Please do come back for our signature event next month, November 17th. I would be remiss if I didn't encourage everybody to join the forum and volunteer for the forum. If you are a member, then you come to all of our meetings. It's included in your membership. Great networking, as we all enjoyed tonight. Great learnings, great content. Only $99 a year. And if you're a member, you are entered to win tonight the 2 passes for Mobility Live.
Thank you, Caroline. I'm very pleased to be here to represent the GSMA tonight. I wanted to take just a minute to ask a couple questions. How many folks in the room have been to the Mobility Live event that's usually about this time? Okay, and how about the GSMA Mobile 360 event? Okay, so quite a few. Well, what has happened in the last year, we were co-located events the past couple of years, and this past year we decided that we were going to form a joint venture, and so now we have created the GSMA Mobility Live North America event, and that event is going to take place on November 1st and 2nd. And I just wanted to give you just a few details about the event and hopefully entice you to come and see some of our speakers. So this year we have about 100 speakers that we've engaged, and we're very excited about the content. These are just a few of the speakers that we have. And for the conference session itself, we're going to have about 10 conference sessions, and then we also have 5 partner events. And these are some of the topics that they are going to discuss during the event itself. One in particular, mobile gaming, is going to have a session. The Wireless Technology Forum will have a session there, and you can see Joe is actually the moderator, and and Steve is going to be on this panel as well. So they are going to talk about Pokemon and where it's going. So that should be very lively. So if you have time on Wednesday the 2nd between 11 and 11:45, please come and join us.
Don't tell my daughter.
So one thing that we are doing for our for the Wireless Technology Forum is that we are offering a 15% discount on the actual conference pass. The pass itself is $175, so that means that for less than $150, you'll have 2 days of content, and you'll also be eligible to come to the Connected Living Networking Breakfast on the Tuesday, and then on the Thursday, there are a couple of events that you're eligible to attend as well. And I invite you to contact Dave Bailey from our office if you have questions. His email address is there, and I also have some of his cards with me this evening. Also, Caroline has cards that she can pass out as well about the event and the code that you can use for the 15% discount.
Thank you. And now, my name is Ratan Bhavnani, and I was given the opportunity. I got to stand here, right? I was given I like to walk around, but I was told not to do that, all right? And that's what I told everyone this whole evening, but I'm not being able to do that, so I'm going to hang on to this. Yeah, get tape on it. And I was given the opportunity to organize this event together with my colleague and partner in crime, Andre Kumingo, who you'll hear from in just a couple of minutes. But welcome this evening to this topic. What are we talking about? Smart cities. And most everybody, I think, has heard about what smart cities are. And, you know, it's smart buildings, it's waste management, it's electric grids, it's parking meters. It's a bunch of different things. And any day of the week, someplace on this globe, they're having a seminar about smart cities. And we could be here forever talking about smart cities. But as the Wireless Technology Forum, we decided we would kind of chop it up into some focus bits, and tonight we're going to talk about transportation, the next generation of transportation as it relates to smart cities. Well, everyone's investing in that, right? I mean, India's got 109 cities that they're trying to make smart cities. US has got, I think the last number I saw was $1,100 billion invested in what's going to happen in the next 5 years or so. But transportation systems have changed from 100 years ago. 100 years ago, and now you look at a growth in congestion. I think we all know what that's all about. There is a growth of the middle class. And as we look at it, there is a focus on sustainable environment, right? And given all that, things coming together from a transportation standpoint to try and address some of these issues, why is that important? And should people be doing something about it? And everybody that's got their radio station tuned on to WIIFM, right? You all know what that is? What's in it for me? You know, the whole focus of the industries, see what Ford just did last month. Last month, the chairman of the company said they're not just an auto company, they're an auto and a mobility company, changing the way transportation is in the future. They just invested last month in a company called Chariot in San Francisco, a startup that does real-time demand-based routing of 100 different shuttles that they run. Well, things are changing, right? And they also decided to get into bike sharing. They have something called Ford Go Bike. And they're going to collect data on weather and what the demand is and what's happening in the way of congestion. Well, and try and spread that across the globe in different cities. So we have a transportation revolution happening, and all of you here are here to listen to a great panel who will just be introduced and who talk about transportation, whether it's shuttles or ride-sharing. I mean, we know Uber, we know Lyft, we know that all these things are changing. People are not owning as many cars. There's autonomous cars. We're not going to have cars with steering wheels or brake pedals anymore in the next 6 years or so. That's what is being predicted, if NHTSA gets its act together on the specifications, of course. And public transportation is going to change. So all the reasons why we are here today to talk about the next generation of transportation. And we've got, and I can just, gloss over this, but we've got some experts who want to talk about this evening. And to start that off, I'd like to bring up my partner in crime, who really helped put this together for me and with me. So Andre, would you please come up and get the proceedings going? Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother. Hi, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining. I hope everybody is looking forward to the great evening. Let me make a quick introduction. Thanks a lot, Ratan, for an overview of what we've done. The vision of the event really started from understanding how, kind of taking a little bit forward what we do almost every day. If you look at Google Maps, and then you can look at multiple options how to get to the next destination you want to go to. Well, what if you kind of take it forward and say, I want not only A to B, but I also want, with this click, to reserve everything that happens on the way. So I don't have to deal with those interruption points. How do I make it seamless in 5 years? If the car that's somewhere there on the route is autonomous, if all the ways that I get to it and from that car to the point I'm trying to get to, all of those reservations, all of the things that make my journey difficult, how do I make it seamless? And so then we start talking to ways. Conversation goes really well. They are really interested. That is the roadmap for platforms like this. Tim, you probably are familiar with where everybody's going. There's a lot of assets they can leverage in this department. And then for development there, enterprise cars with rental vehicles are also thinking about that same thing. And so kind of the mission for the forum is to bring all of us together and think 5 years in the future, bring the partners together so that you can have the conversation how we can all depend on each other. And then maybe in the room, you'll have some ideas as to, okay, there are some gaps that I can fill in, that I can invest in, and that could be a source of a business opportunity. So trying to deliver on that. Won't go any further. I'll let the panelists talk more about that.